I'm going to talk today about shoes for trans guys because I know myself and a lot of trans guys that I've talked to have a lot of trouble finding shoes that fit because we tend to have smaller feet. My feet are about 4.5 to 5.5 in boys size, so I have pretty tiny feet. And anytime I'm looking for shoes, I can go to several stores in several cities and I will not find anything. So my number one tip is go to thrift stores. Go to thrift stores regularly. Always go in there and look for shoes. And if you see any that look like they might fit you, just try them on. And if they do, just buy them. That is, uh, that's what I do. And if I'm out and about and I, for whatever reason, find a shoe that fits, then I just buy it. Um, because it is impossible for me to find shoes. My parents and I have spent so many hours throughout my life. Every single time we go from store to store to store, and they never have anything that will stay on my feet. So, thrift stores is the only real place that I've had any luck um, with shoes that I genuinely like. So I will show you my shoes that I have now. These are the only pair of sandals that I own. I'm pretty sure these are from the girls section. I bought them when I was 12, and I didn't really care that they were from the girls section because they look so unisex that it wasn't a big deal. Um, but they probably cost about $10, and I never really wear them. I just needed a sandal for whatever reason, so I got them. Um, that's the other thing is, you know what? At the end of the day, don't be afraid of buying women's shoes. If it's marked as a woman's shoe, but it looks like a unisex shoe, I mean, if you like the way it looks, the fact that it's a women's shoe isn't really a big deal because you're the only one who's going to know that it's a woman's shoe. Um, because sometimes they just fit better. Uh, this is the only pair of dress shoes that I own. I've shown these in the video before in my clothing video from way back when. Um, if you've seen that. It's a Protocol brand. I don't know if you can read it in there, but these are a 4.5. And I got them because my dad dared me that I wouldn't be able to fit my foot in them because they're a 4.5, and he didn't think my feet were that tiny, but they are. Um, so these cost about $5 at Value Village. Uh, Value Village is great if you're looking for dress shoes or just any thrift store in general because boys will buy dress shoes for one event and then by the time they have another event they need to wear them, their feet have grown. So you can find brand new dress shoes for boys at thrift stores all the time. Um, so definitely hit up those places if you're looking for dress shoes. I have these Vans. I bought these a week ago at a thrift store in my city. And they are a size 5.5 in men's and a 7 in women's, so it's just a unisex canvas shoe. I've been looking for something like this for years. I don't have the money to buy Vans brand new because they're expensive, but I got these for $7 at a thrift store, and they're perfect, and I love them. They fit me perfectly. I guess it's just a smaller 5.5 because I have a couple other 5.5 shoes that don't fit me quite right, but these definitely fit. So yeah, again, reinforcing the thrift store, always go in and check because uh, eventually you will find something. The other pair of canvas shoes that I own, these are Joe Fresh. I got them at the Superstore for $16. These are the cheapest shoes I've ever bought new, and the only reason we bought them is because I've had them for about a year, but my parents and I had been on a few weeks of looking for shoes at stores and we couldn't find anything. I finally came across these randomly and I just went and called my parents and said like, hey, come, we got to come back here. I didn't have any money on me at the time, but I said, we got to come back here and try these on. These are a size 6. My toe only goes to about here. I trip in them a little bit because they are too long, but I can get the laces tight enough and this opening is small enough that my foot, it stays around my foot perfectly, especially if I wear thicker socks. And, like I said, if it stays on your foot, just buy it because why not? You might need them one day. These wore out pretty quickly because they are really cheap shoes. But I was desperate for shoes at the time, and we were tired of looking, so we bought them as kind of a temporary fix to the problem of needing footwear. So that's that. These are my Nike shoes, which I showed in the clothing video as well. I bought these when I was 13 or 14. I was just starting grade 9. I probably just turned 14 at the time, but these were definitely my favorite shoes. They're just skateboard shoes, and these are great because if you're a teenager or just an adult who likes skateboard shoes, they're great because they're meant to be loose fitting, so you can get away with having them be a little bit too big for you. These are 5.5, and my toe goes to about here. But yeah, they're just Nike shoes. I got them at Sport Chek, which is a Canadian company. I don't know the American equivalent or any other country's equivalent, but I got them at Sport Chek. They're very torn up inside now because last winter was brutal and they destroyed them, or it destroyed them. But these lasted about 3.5 years. They still looked brand new at the start of winter last year, but winter took a toll on them. But definitely, these are absolutely very well made shoes. These cost me $50. And like I said, skateboard shoes are pretty good because they're meant to be loose fitting, so you can get away with having them be a bit too big, and it doesn't look strange or anything. These I bought when I was 12 because I got them at the start of grade 8. They have the Velcro on the top, which is absolutely fantastic. These are a size 6, way too big for me. My toe was probably only about here. We bought these as a last resort. Again, we had spent weeks and weeks looking for shoes for me. I needed them for gym. I couldn't find any for the life of me, so we went to a Reebok outlet, and this is the only shoe that fit. And no other stores were selling shoes that would fit me. So while these are huge on me and they're still ginormous, the fact that it's got it's like sort of like a high top sort of thing going on. It goes higher up on the ankle, and it's tight up here because the hole is smaller. They stay on my feet nice. So while I do trip a bit because they're too long, the Velcro as well as the laces, which I have tied on the inside, keeps them on great. So if you're looking for something to stay on your feet, basketball shoes are really nice. And like I said, they're just Reebok stuff. I really hate the look of these shoes though, like the white and the blue. It just looks really ugly to me. So I was really upset when I had to buy these, but I was desperate. So whatever. These are, I have no idea what the brand is. If you can see the logo right there, that is what it is, but I'd never heard of this. I got these at a thrift store a few weeks ago, and probably a month and a half or so now. These are my new favorite shoes, honestly. I wear these everywhere now. Again, they're higher up, so they stay on my feet great. They're waterproof. They're great for winter. They walk great on the snow and the ice, which is perfect because I hate wearing my boots. They're just plain gray and black. So I wear these with my formal clothes. I wear these with my casual clothes. I wear them all the time now, and they're absolutely perfect. I paid about $5 for them at a thrift store, the same thrift store that I got the Vans at. So, and they're a bit torn, like on this weird rubbery part now, but just from rubbing on my pants and stuff. But otherwise, the shoe itself is in great condition, and it was in brand new condition when I bought them. So these definitely are a bit too big for me. Again, they're a size 5, but it's a bigger shoe, so my toe only goes to about here, but they stay on my feet perfect and they're great. So my other advice would be, it doesn't matter what the size says it is. If it looks too big or too small, just try it on. Try everything on, because eventually you will find something. It may take a few months of trying on every shoe in sight, but you will find something eventually. Last, I have these boots. These are Gore-Tex boots that I got at an Army surplus store. They cost $40. Now, like I said, I think I said this earlier in the video, that if you find a shoe that fits you, just buy it. Doesn't matter if you were looking for shoes at the time, you will need it eventually. My dad and I we frequent this store all the time. So we went in and they had this whole bin of boots like this, brand new boots, and I think this is a size 6, but it's a little tiny bit too big for me, but they do fit really nice, and they're really good for, obviously they're boots, so they're good for winter. I had known a pair of boots since I was about 7, and my dad really wanted me to get a pair of boots, but I couldn't be bothered to go and look for any because the process is tiring and just fruitless, really. So we walked into the Army Surplus store. They had all these boots, and my dad just said, "Try these on. These are really nice boots." We had no intention of buying any, but he just wanted to get a feel for, like, what I was looking for. And they fit perfectly, and he just kind of went like, "Okay, we're gonna buy these today because what are the odds that we're gonna find another boot that actually fits you when we go to look for one?" So we bought them that day. We definitely weren't planning on spending $40 on shoes that day, but like I said, if you find something that fits, just buy it because you'll need it in the future and you'll thank yourself for it later. So that's all my footwear. I have 8 different pairs that I've accumulated since I was 12. I'm 18 now. And so basically, yeah, thrift stores, try everything on, buy it if it fits. That would be my tips. So thank you for watching. I hope this helped somebody. If you have any questions, comments, video topics, anything like that, message me or leave them in the comments. Subscribe, and I will leave my GoFundMe link for my top surgery fund in the description. If you could check out the page, donate, and or share the link somewhere, that would be very, very helpful. Thank you for watching. See ya.